Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also catch me on my Facebook page, True Divine. I just want to say, if you want any services from me, i.e. readings, energy work, spiritual guidance, please message me on my business page, True Divine, at True Divine on Facebook. Otherwise, messages are getting lost in the numerous inboxes that I get on my personal page. And Facebook has decided, in their wisdom, because I was helping quite a few people yesterday, to put me in Facebook Messenger jail. I've messaged them to tell them that that was uncalled for and unfair, but we'll see how long it will take them to respond to that message of me, like demanding that they change it. So try and message me for any of those services on True Divine, the True Divine page. You'll find the groups that I've put up there that are linked to there that are just for people to share their truths, open up dialogue, not be afraid of judgment, trying to bring different genres together, the UFO, the spiritual, the physical, all of those things within Truth Warriors and True Divine Truths. You can join in there. Instagram and Twitter, you'll find me at the True Divine for both of those. Any like, shares, follows, subscribes, anything like that, but in particular comments, because I love hearing people's opinions. I love hearing what stage of the journey you're at and how it's going for you, and if I can help in any way, just to open up dialogue. I love people. I want to uplift people, so those comments mean a lot to me, and the family that I've already created, this extended family, I love you and appreciate you all so much. They uplift me every single day, leaving a comment, which I really do appreciate. It keeps me going and it gives me some insight as to what these readings are doing for people. So this is part of the free content that I put out. It is the daily energy readings. I work with energy anyway, so I pick up on the energies of the day and translate those via tarot to build up the narrative to bring to you. Only take what resonates here, because it is a general reading. I'd leave the rest behind. Don't hold on to it. And also, it's good to use either to be forearmed, forewarned for your day, depending on what time you see this video. And also at the end of the day, it helps you look back, reflect, and make sense maybe of some of the things that you encountered throughout the day within yourself or within others, to make sense of the energies that you encountered. So it's an interesting reading for the 28th of June 2020, and it is underpinning the whole reading is this beautiful major arcana, but it's in reverse, this Wheel of Fortune. And so the theme underneath the whole reading is that there is blocks. The Wheel of Fortune, it tells us, it reminds us that nothing is permanent. This too shall pass, both the positive and the negative aspects of the cycles that we go through, the lessons that we go through, the experiences that we go through. It does speak of outside opposing forces. So in your individual lives, it might be the people that are around you, the people that are close to you, friends, lovers, business partners. But on the collective stage, we can obviously see the Wheel of Fortune in reverse playing out, can't we? They are opposing us in every different way. There are psyopses in every direction. It's hard to keep track of them all. So this would remind us that, yes, there are opposing forces. If we can get our inner grounds aligned, if we can get our chakras spinning healthy and connecting with higher frequencies, then those opposing forces will eventually have to dissipate, because they won't be able to hook into you and get the reaction from you, or create something within you that they are trying to create. They just can't do it because the frequencies don't match. Things, you might, yes, be affected by them temporarily, but they will eventually bounce off you because they have no choice but to. So that's why it's important, this inner work, allowing your aura to be as healthy as possible, allowing your chakras to be as healthy as possible, connecting with being very discerning and diligent about connecting with people and things that are of a higher frequency, of a higher understanding. So when we're researching, which is very important, when we're trying to find out real history, not the history that's taught in schools, when we're trying to find ourselves more so, yes, it is quite a battleground, because you do encounter very negative things. Very negative things have been done to humanity for a very long time by these hijackers. So it is important to also balance that out, not just balance that out, overwhelm yourself in other areas while you're doing this research, while you're making yourself aware of real history and how we really got here, to this point now, what we're experiencing now, to overindulge yourself. Be very ceremonial with yourself when you're having baths. Look at yourself as the god and goddess that you are. Bathe yourself gently. Touch your skin, appreciate your skin, appreciate your facial features. Overindulge yourself with this higher frequency, because it's important. It's important to be able to, one, keep you healthy energetically, and two, to be able to continue to find truth, to be strong enough to do so, because some of these truths are breaking people, and I see it through the messages that I'm getting. Some of these truths are breaking down people's energy rather than giving them freedom. Knowledge is freedom if you use it correctly and if you balance it out with higher frequency things. So that's important to know. The first card for the 28th of June 2020 is the Strength card, also in reverse. So this speaks of, feeling a weakness, having a weakness within self. Maybe being around people that are a weak link in the chain, stopping you from going forward with fortitude, with strength. Anything that is weakening you regarding addictions, anything that is weakening you regarding things that you say to yourself daily, that you put yourself down daily, things that are weakening you in one area or another. You need to look at that today and find out how to eliminate that. You need this strength, you need this fortitude to go forward, and we are in this now. This is sort of a hump day, a halfway through of us getting to the top of the hill and starting to see reality of what these people who have been in control for far too long are trying to do to us. And also that reflects in our individual lives, being aware and all of a sudden having our eyes opened to the people around us that have held us back rather than uplifted us, that have maybe smiled and loved us to our faces but held us back because it suits them better. So it's time to look in our lives. At the collective stage, it reminds us also that there's things going on. There are opposing forces going on around us that are trying to control, box in, and manipulate. And for now, it feels like as an individual, there's nothing much you can do to stop that. We do have to let it play out to a certain extent. What we can do and what we should be doing is the inner work, doing our inner work and our immediate energy field, making sure that there aren't chinks in the armor, that there aren't people around us that want to bring us down or that regularly bring negative energy into our auric field. So for us to be able to look at that on our individual journey and eliminate those things, and I know it's difficult because often those things, those chinks in the armor, they do represent people that we love or people that are close to us or people that society says we should be around constantly just because they have the family member name or the friend from being a child status. And that's not true. That's not true. If those people around you have decided to not do their individual journey in a high energy way, if those people around you have decided that, they want to be a part of the opposing forces rather than the uplifting forces, then unfortunately, no matter what label they've got, we're being asked to be discerning and eliminate that from our energy field. Why? Because this is the five. This is the hump day, in that, where there's a new start, there's a new path, there's a new. It's your soul's path with this Fool card in its upright. This Fool card being brave to go forward, and taking no notice of labels, of roles, of what society has said. We keep judging ourselves and holding ourselves back by the rules that this society has put upon us, when actually these rules are made from pirates, not real pirates, hijackers, thieves who hijacked the system a long time ago and have been building and building and building their towers around us of illusion, of lies. So take away all of that. The Fool is so good at stripping away all of that and just moving forward, going forward in flow, not being afraid of anything, not being afraid of judgments, not being afraid of things that might trip him up on his path, not being afraid of even the opposing forces that he might meet along the way, just seeing it all as part of the experience, but always remembering that this is his soul's journey. This is something much bigger than the roles and titles and labels of those around us or the things around us. It's much bigger than this, and we need to emphasize that. We need to embrace that and go forward on our individual journeys, and the right people will stick to us. The right people will find us. The right things will find us. The wrong things, if we embrace the Fool's energy, will fall away from us regardless of what their title is. The third card being the Two of Wands, but the Two of Wands in reverse. So it is speaking of, if it's for yourself in particular, it might be that you have this to and fro, and you can see that in the layout of these cards. We have the Strength in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse, bookending the Fool that's in the upright. So it might be that you're becoming aware of things. Maybe you're becoming aware of real history, real historical things, what really happened, but also you are still sort of fighting yourself because you're still living with the things that you were brought up with, the truths that you were told in school, or the things that you told yourself. Maybe you're waking up to your soul, to your power, to the things that are positive within you, but then you're still fighting yourself because there's that niggling little voice, it's that 3D voice saying, no, you're not. No, you're not powerful. No, you're not intelligent. No, you're not beautiful. No, you're not this. And so there's that inner fight here for a lot of people. Keep going with it. You will silence that voice with practice. You keep going with it, with smiling at yourself in the mirror, making sure you say something, at least 5 or 7 things that are nice to yourself in the mirror every single morning. And eventually that will become second nature. It's the remapping of the brain that you're doing here when you're fighting yourself, when you have that inner cognitive dissonance. It also speaks of people around us, in the immediate environment around us, that you are fired up, you're ready, you're being initiated with the Two of Wands. But in reverse, there are people that are still trying to hold you back, pull you back to the role that they're comfortable with you being in. And so there's lots of opposing forces is the key statement for today. Opposing forces within self, opposing forces in your immediate environment, and of course opposing forces fighting each other at the top, and us catching their debris, and also fighting to control us, to manipulate us, keep us like the ants that they like us to be, the worker ants. So what else does it say? It also says a loss of faith with the Two of Wands in reverse. Now, to me, if you can keep that in context and in proportion, for a lot of people, I feel that there has been a loss of faith as they know it. There have been so many truths. You don't have to look too far at all in your research to find out these institutions, these These man-made organized religions have created a faith so strong in some people that it almost feels like a breakup when you're finding out the truth about these constructs, when you're finding out why they were set up, how they were set up, and what's been going on behind the scenes regarding all organized religion, every single one of them. It's difficult. It can create heartbreak. It's a breakup. But keep that in proportion. Replace that faith with the faith in yourself, with the fact that you are part of the creative source energy, that you are an extended arm of the creative source experiencing things in the 3D. Uplift your faith in yourself as you, again, balancing things out, making sure that you're replacing things that you feel that you're losing with more positive, more real, more internal things. And so don't lose faith in yourself. And certainly it's difficult for a lot of people, I'm feeling, to be not be disappointed in themselves, that they've been hoodwinked, that they've been lied to. Listen, we have all been lied to. We've all been manipulated. We've all been limited. We've all been boxed in. No one person can stand to you and say, rightfully so, can say you were silly. You were silly to fall for that. You were silly to do that. You were silly to believe that. No, you were not. We have all, to some extent, in varying degrees, done that and fell for that. You are not an individual that is the only one that has done that, and no one, anyone throwing shade at you like that, forget about it. They're one of the people that you need to be eliminating from your immediate energetic field, because they cannot say that. Not one person can say that they haven't, in one way or another, in varying degrees, fell for the constructs, lies and manipulation. Impossible. Impossible. So nobody can cast shade at you like that. But it also speaks to low ambition. And in these times, especially with the psyopsis that have been going on lately, the lockdowns, the limitations, the fear mongering, the propaganda, the division, we can just feel like, drained. And it can create a low ambition, and I can see that with the strength card in reverse and the two of wands in reverse. It's like it's exhaustion, energetic exhaustion. Please do things to uplift your energy. Light a candle, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, up to an hour. Build it up to yourself, for yourself, to replace this to replace the energy that is being getting sucked from you from the outside opposing forces. Because this low ambition, it means that you start to get complacent. It means that you start to limit yourself even more so, when actually right now we need to be heading for the stars. We need to be looking at ways that we can do things, change things, be things that are different, that are holistic, that are good for both you and the collective stage, to build up that ambition again, to build up that light again. Because for a lot of people today, and other days, because this has been going on a long time now, this has been an energetic drain, and that is deliberate. It was planned, it is deliberate, it is constructed. So if you're feeling low energy today, if you're feeling low ambition today, please take some time to love self, to embrace self, to build up that energy again. Don't let them steal that from you. It is not theirs to have unless you give it to them. So build up your auric field, do things, meditate, do things, garden, look, and please get some sunshine if you can. Our beautiful benevolent sun that can open up visions for you, that can open up portals for you within yourself, to wake yourself up again. Find yourself exciting again. Explore your inner grounds like you explore the universe. be an astronaut within. Get excited about anything that you possibly can regarding what fills you up, what makes you smile from the inside out, to build up that ambition again. Because this whole scenario, for thousands of years, it's been theft. But this whole scenario that we're seeing today on the collective stage, it is nothing more than rogues, thieves stealing your energy. And energy is the real currency. They've covered it up with money. They don't really care about money. They can create money. They can print money, for goodness sake. They can steal money. They can hide money. They can take money from us. They know they've got that. The real currency, the real thing that they want, is your energy, is your complacency, is your, by complacency, your consent. That's what they're after. And if you look at it that way, if you think back to the last 3-4 months, you will see that they have been on a mission to steal your energy, to distract your focus, to bring you to a point of low ambition, to bring you to a point of where your flames are upside down. You're going to burn yourself out here. Look, if you were to hold the one that way, very quickly it's going to burn up and burn itself out and then burn your hand. So you need it this way, so that you can hold it up and let it shine and let it burn bright up into the universe, so other people can see. Holding it this way, you're going to burn yourself. Don't let them burn you. Don't let them burn you out. Don't let them take your light. Don't let them take your passion. Whatever you're passionate about today, do something. Just one step, even a to-do list, regarding what you're passionate about creating, what you're passionate about changing, what you're passionate about doing for yourself. Just anything, even if it is just the to-do list. And because I know what it feels like to be here at burnout, at this, oh, right, okay, right now I just think, well, what happens. No, do something to make those ones be in the upright, something positive, something that you're passionate about. Do one step towards that today. Hell, do 3, 4, 5 steps towards that today if you can. But even if you just, because a lot of people feeling like this, that would be unrealistic. So be realistic and just do one step. Even if it is just a to-do list of how you think you could get there, how you think you could make this, how you think you could make time for this. Whatever it is, take one step today at the very least. So that's the reading for the 28th of June 2020. Now, I won't give readings that are all namaste, all light and all roses, because that is not the construct we live in. And right now I do feel like I'm giving a lot of readings that some people might find negative, but I always try and spin it around, because there's always a positive found in the negative. There's always a balance to be had somewhere. So please don't think that all of my readings are doom and gloom, but they will always be realistic. They will always be truthful. I'll never give you something that is, I'll never sort of pad things out to make it more flowery. If this is the reality, and it is, of what a lot of people are feeling and the energy that I'm feeling around me, then that's what I'm going to deliver to you, because to me that is my responsibility and I take it very, very seriously. I would never guide anybody wrong regarding a situation, regarding themselves, and certainly not regarding the energy that we're feeling and the energy that the opposing forces are trying to feed into us. I will always, because that isn't building you up, that isn't giving you forearming and forewarning. So I know right now, especially, a lot of the energy is very intense, because these opposing forces are being very intense. So we have to be just as intense back. We can't do that unless we know how to get out of their trap, how to get out of their energetic trap. I hope that makes sense. So that is the reading. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can again message me at True Divine on Facebook, or you can email me with the details below. Remember, I'm in Facebook prison on my personal profile, and messages can certainly get lost in there, because I get lots of messages a day on my personal page. So until next time, much love, and as always, be balanced and whole. Love you all. Mwah.